Hello, welcome back to George Past the Post, and don't worry for those of you who saw the last video, as you can see, the background is the normal background. I'm back in the room I normally am in when I record these videos, so don't worry. So, following on from the Welsh voting system, this video is going to look at the Scottish Parliament voting system. Now, this system is known as the additional member system. It's also known as a mixed member proportional system, although it's not quite in that category, but the term is often used interchangeably. It's a mixed system. That is because people have two votes. So when they vote, they get two ballot papers. One is for a constituency MSP, and the second is for a list MSP. So let's step back a bit. There are 129 members of the Scottish Parliament. 73 of them are elected in single seat constituencies using first past the post. So the first past the post, people vote for the candidate of their choice, and the candidate with the most votes wins. The rest, the other 56 members, are elected using regional lists PR. And there are 8 Scottish regions, and each region has 7 list MSPs. The number of constituency MPs within each region, it ranges from I think it's 8 or 9 or 10 in one case, I think, depending on how many constituencies are within each region. So it's a regional system, so it's not a national. The seats aren't allocated based on the national vote share. So what happens is in each region, obviously they count the constituency votes and they determine which candidates are elected under first past the post. Then remember the D'Hondt system, or the D'Hondt formula from previous video, that is then used to determine how many list seats each party gets. But crucially, the number of first past the post seats are used to determine, in that calculation to determine how many list seats they should be entitled to. So, for example, if a party were to win, say you have a region where you have 9 constituency seats and 7 list. If a party wins all 9 first past the post seats, when they calculate who's going to win the first list seat, that's taken into account. So, if Party A were to win 9 constituency seats, when they calculate the list seats, it would be the number of list votes divided by 10, because it's the number of seats you already have plus 1. And so in this scenario, let's say, so Party A, let's say they got 43% of the list vote, and then let's say, Party B gets 23%, and then Party B gets 22%, and then whatever's left of Party D gets 11%, something like that. Basically, it would mean that the Party A would get no list seats. They'd keep all the first past the post seats, but they wouldn't win any list seats. The list seats are meant to compensate parties that didn't do very well with first past the post. It's to try and make sure that the result is as proportional as possible. So in that scenario, roughly, Party B would get 3 list seats, Party C would get 3 list seats, and Party D would get 1 list seat in that scenario. So the overall result would still be, Party A would still get a majority of the seats, 9 seats, but the list seats would go to the other parties, so that at least those that didn't vote for Party A had representation. But once you allocate all the seats, that's it. So I say this because in some PR systems, some mixed systems, such as in New Zealand, to try and make the result as proportional as possible, the number of list seats is increased, and they keep increasing them until the result is more proportional. That doesn't happen in Scotland. So once you run out of seats, basically, once you fill the seats, that's it. This is important because that means it is possible for a party to win a majority just with the first past the post seats. So I said earlier, you've got 73 first past the post seats. Now, I'm not saying this would happen, but if a party were to win all 73 list seats, first past the post seats, even if they won all 73 first past the post seats, they would keep them, and they would have a majority in the Scottish Parliament. Even if they didn't win any list seats at all, they would have a majority. So again, like with the Welsh system, but where they only, because they're only electing 6 members per constituency, I would say it was a proportional-ish system, because you've still got a majoritarian system for more than half the seats. So that's how the Scottish system works. There's some misconceptions that people have. You don't have to vote for the same party for the constituency and list. In fact, many people don't. So you might vote for Party A for the constituency and Party C for the list. You don't have to vote for the same. And as I say, some people don't. In fact, there are some parties that only run for the list seats because they conclude they may not win any first past the post seats. So that's the Scottish Parliament electoral system. Hope that this makes sense and that you have enjoyed the video. And so there, when you're going out and about, when you're meeting your friends, you can now drop casually into the conversation, as one does, how the Welsh and Scottish parliaments choose their representatives. Thank you very much. Goodbye.